Yeah. Also, a note about roleplay is that I know that most of you know this. Kaz, you probably don't know this. So basically, the way that this game is played is that I'm going to tell you what's going on. You're going to tell me what you want to do and how your character is reacting. And you have different ways that you can roleplay that. You can either just say, "This is what I'm doing." You can try to act out that that's what you're doing, and either one is fine. So if, for example, you guys have like a special voice you want to put on when you're role playing as your character, that's also fine. Or if you just want to use your normal voice, you can either actually try to talk as them or just kind of describe it. All that's fine. So anyway, I'm gonna. Is there any other questions?
I'll probably just go with the flow, Ferdy, honestly.
Oh, and another thing is that people who have a lot of experience, which is mostly just Sue and Mushba, I'd ask that maybe they don't immediately try to jump in to solve everything and give Kazuka and Ice Waters more of a chance to work it out
Yeah, no
themselves as
problem.
well because they are like first time basically. Well, Ice Waters, you said you were in one other, but
One session,
yeah.
literally one session. So it wasn't very much.
Yeah, so try to give them a chance first, and then put in input
Yeah.
after.
Woo, first game, let's go.
All right, so here we go. The continent of Ulengard is a medieval land riddled with monsters, where people struggle to survive in a dangerous world. Those with the will to fight back against the hordes of evil that fill the night become adventurers, heroes trained in the arts of combat. Or at least, that's how the Adventurers Guild first began. Too few people had the passion or the resolve to try and stem the tides of darkness, purely out of the goodness of their heart and for protection of their fellow man. This led to townsfolk becoming so desperate they would begin bribing adventurers to help them. And with that led to discovery of great and ancient treasures across the land, just waiting to be plundered. And thus the true meaning of adventurer was born. Now, any people who need a good job, the poor, the determined, the brave, the foolhardy, many enroll in training to become adventurers. All of you spent many years training to become an adventurer for various reasons. You all trained in one of the most illustrious guilds in all of Ulengard, a branch of the Adventurers Guild known as the Ferdy Association. Convenient, right?
Best name.
Today was to be the last day of your training, the last hurrah as you exit your home to go back into the world as a full-fledged adventurer. However, you found a surprise letter from your headmaster in your room, a final exam. And on the back of the letter is a map to where you are to be tested, another building owned by the academy far to the south. Since you can see it's quite some distance away, you all urgently got your gear together and set out in order to reach the testing grounds before the day is up. You hired a carriage with guild money, and after almost a full day's ride southward, you finally found yourself at the grounds. Following the directions in your letter leads you to a room which you all reach at roughly the same time. You recognize one another as compatriots who you ran into many times in the guild, and have even helped each other out from time to time. Brothers in arms, one might say. You've all overcome many of the same challenges and hold one another in a great deal of respect. Despite this, you've never all formally met. So you all agree to introduce yourselves. And that's a sign for any one of you to start your introductions.
I am Karn. Karn Forsyth. I was a professor. Figured maybe there's something more to life, teaching. And well, here I am.
And for a lot of you people, Mushba is the most experienced. He's more used to this. So basically, in this situation, you're all role playing as if you're all in the same room now. You're all sort of meeting each other, introducing yourselves to each other, You can just say your names and who you are, your classes, and this is also I think a little bit for the stream as well for people that want to know like your classes and names. Hopefully you've all come up with a character name at this point, and just go one after another. Any order that you want, just as if you were your characters were really in the room. Just say Sue, you next. Sue.
Sorry, you said your name is
Yes.
Car?
Karn. With an N.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Karn, I'm Zooey. I'm just coming up to you. I came from the Rogues Guild.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Good introduction. Okay.
So
So-
I'm standing with my back to the room,
Okay.
looking out the window, and I
Okay,
turn
so,
and watch.
Two things really quick. Number one, I was having you guys all introduce yourself, but the game hasn't sort of officially started yet.
All right.
So it's all just kind of just introductions right now. Everybody's just sort of saying your names, your classes, and maybe a little bit about yourself. And maybe kind of responding to each other and talking to each other a little bit. Secondly, the room that you're in is a stone room with one coal torch on the wall, and there's no windows. There's just a door.
Why didn't you say that before?
Well, because the game hadn't officially started yet, so I hadn't described the room yet.
Nice.
So I'm Celia. I'm a fighter, and I want to know why we're here. But it's good to meet you.
Kaz?
Hello, I am Kaz, and I'm a clerk. 10 out of 10 roleplay. I don't do this much.
It's all right.
I'm Kaz, and I'm a clerk.
Sorry, you said your name is Celia, right?
Celia. Tsalia. Celia.
No, I believe you can change on your character sheet your name as well, Sue.
Hmm.
And then I'll, have a better idea.
Are Dragonborn common in this town?
No.
Have I seen one at all before?
I guess you could, roll your Arcana, or...
Well, we might have, like you said, we had all run into each other in the.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, you guys have known each other for, throughout the years in the school. You guys all seen each other from time to time. Like I said, you occasionally conversed and helped each other out. And like I said, you're all, you kind of have a amount of respect for each other because you all kind of see one another as fellow compatriots in training to become adventurers. This is kind of a way to make all your characters bond as well, so that you're kind of bonded and not just completely distrusting of one another.
So it's almost like we've been learning together for...
Yeah, so it's almost like you guys have known each other for quite some time, despite the fact that you're all just introducing yourselves now. All right, so do we want to move on from this, or you guys want to talk a bit more?
I didn't catch Kaz's name.
Kaz's name is Kaz.
Exactly.
Remember, Kaz, your character is highly optimistic. Nothing can shake your optimistic attitude. So try to, I suppose, keep that in mind when you're role-playing as
Like, you'd
Why
be
did I
excited
choose
about this. You're like, woo, we're going to have an adventure.
Why did I choose that?
If you don't, I suppose it's a bit late now, but I mean, perhaps,
It's too late.
Yeah, it's a bit late to change that now.
I don't change anything. I just roll with things.
All right. So after all of your introductions, you all note a sign on the wall that instructs you all to sleep in the beds and rest until morning when the test will truly begin. Following orders as you have all been for many years, you decide to take a well-needed rest after your long journey here. However, during the night, you all awake to loud noises in the hallway. Outside your room, you hear voices and a number of people walking around. By the way, the game has officially started at this point. And I'd like you guys to make a perception check to see if you can hear the people outside your room. So if you want to make a perception check, you can just go to your little character sheet and go down to perception on your sheet, and then just click on it. Just left click on it, and it will just roll the dice in the chat room for everyone. Why is it? I have a question here, Moosh. Why does it keep rolling twice? Is this in case you have advantage?
You can change that if you open up the cogwheel and go to roll queries advantage toggle, and then just set it to normal at the top.
Okay.
In your character sheet. I recommend that, since there are some abilities that let you choose to re-roll, like give advantage before you find out.
So, while we don't necessarily have to do that, should we just all be just paying attention only to the first one unless there's an advantage, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Or disadvantage.
So basically your first one, guys, is your main roll. Ignore the second number. Kaz, you're the only one who hasn't rolled. Remember, go to your character sheet. Scroll down to your perception and choose to roll it. You could also just tell the game you could also type /roll 1 die 20, or 1d20, but that might be a bit more effort.
I don't know how to do this.
Click on, like, do you have your...
Click on your character journal thing.
Out?
Hold on, I'll...
And then just click on perception.
The reason why you go through that menu and choose perception and everything is because it has the bonuses already built in.
Nope.
Does it work?
So,
No, it still doesn't work.
Kaz, if you check Discord, that is where you find it. Right at the bottom of that image is your perception.
I still don't really know what to do.
You
Click
find
on
you,
it.
you
Just
find the,
click the word perception.
But where?
So
Click on the journal at the top where it says, like, the two...
on the
Chapter
top right of the
bubbles,
screen.
And
No,
then there's
like
journal right next to it.
It's like
where
a
you create
newspaper
your-
looking thing.
Then you go into your character sheet, and then you go down to where it says
Perception.
And then you just left click.
Just click on it.
Am I just stupid?
It's
What,
right next
what
to
screen
wisdom.
are you looking at right now, Kaz?
I clicked on the journal, and now I'm in character sheet.
It's right next to wisdom.
Oh.
There's perception, performance, persuasion.
Yeah, you'll see that on the left side of the character sheet, there's quite a lot of there's like saving throws, and you see there's the skills. You have a lot of numbers there. One of them in the middle is perception. You also, it's in the P's, right next to performance, persuasion.
Perception? Oh.
There it is.
Did I do it?
There you go.
You did it. All right.
I did do.
So, Sue. Well, actually, Orange is going to 15. So, I'm just going to assume that you guys are willing to share the information that you overhear with people. Would you like to roleplay that, or would you just like to assume that everyone hears it? Because there's two ways to go about, like, when you guys succeed something like this, is that either we just sort of act like everyone can hear it, or we say that you're the only one who can hear it, and then you have to kind of like relay it to the team in your own sort of way, which is generally isn't how you would want to do it unless you wanted to hide information from people.
I'd like to do it the first way, where
Okay.
everybody knows.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so like I said, you guys all heard some talking and some walking outside, and listening closer, you hear people, multiple different people. You can hear multiple different voices, 3, maybe 4 voices, and you can hear most of them just sort of repeating the same strange things. You hear them saying, I can't remember. I can't remember anything. And you also hear a stronger, gruffer voice saying, keep moving, come on, yeah, don't worry, this way. And you hear all of their footsteps as they're just sort of moseying on down the hallway outside. By the way, the map that you guys are looking at is the room that you guys are in. And there's a door, as you can see, and then the hallway outside, and then the door to the next room as well is all in this map that you shall be able to see on the
Expertly made.
Yeah, it took me like forever. And it's one of the only maps that we have right now.
Oh, it's an above view. I was really confused on why it looked like this, but it's an above view.
Yeah, it's from above. Yeah, it's from above. I didn't put in the beds or anything. I mean, you guys could like, are players able to put in any like assets, like character assets?
If they set a like token, like if they give themselves a token, they can add to their character sheet and they can place it themselves, like so.
Okay.
Like that is
See, there you go.
my character.
How do you add a token?
So you find one you want, and then you go to bio and info, and you hit edit, and you can just drag it from your files into the avatar section.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's like super complicated and everybody can't do it, then I wouldn't really worry about it. But we could always just use Mooshpas to represent the whole party, if necessary, since we aren't going to be using the grid combat for like exactly where everyone's standing. So yeah, those that's what you heard outside. It's what are you guys doing?
I'm going to
remember it's dark. The torch is on sort of a low light. The door to the hallway is closed, and you can still hear them going by and talking about what I said.
I'd like to use like sneak attack and maybe like check out what's
Okay,
behind the door.
hold up, Ice Waters. So, like I said, all 4 of you right now are currently laying in beds. Okay, and these beds are stone slabs inside of a stone room, and it's not the most comfortable in the world. But there's a sign on the wall, like I said. There's yeah, I can tell you more if you guys decide to look around. But like I said, you're in a bed in a room. Okay, the people that you hear are outside in the hallway, so you can't sneak attack them.
Well, like stealth. I have stealth.
You could decide to go into stealth, but at the moment, the only people in the room are yourselves.
Okay. So I'm going to get out of bed.
Okay.
And stand up
well.
and adjust my equipment, and then look around at everybody and say, "Everybody's. Do you all hear that? What are we going to do?"
That's your cue, guys, to respond.
I could charm one. I'm quite charming.
Alright,
seriously though.
So I can't like use stealth and like go outside and see what's going on?
So the way that you would do this, Ice Waters, is you would say, assuming that you're okay. First of all, you're ignoring your teammates, by the way, which they might.
I just said I like want to use stealth to like.
Okay.
But I mean, my teammates like that goes against my. I don't know.
Okay. You can't have it in your personality that you're against having teammates. It's not gonna work very well with the team.
You can, but you have to
Best
play
trait
nice with
ever.
others, even if you don't like it.
Remember, in the lead up, we said that you respect these people and you trust them. So even though you might backstab them for the right amount of money, because that's one of your flaws, you still respect and trust these people right now. Okay. So you could just ignore them and not respond to them, but yes, you may attempt to go into stealth right now. And so the way you would say that is you say, "Can I do a stealth check?" and go out the door. Is what you would say.
First,
Can I
you
do
would.
a stealth check and go out the door?
Yes, you may. Go ahead and do
I'm
your
still
stealth
ignoring
roll.
my teammates, by the way.
Do your stealth roll, and to
Nice.
everyone else here, you all look over and you see that the assassin who introduced himself as what was it, Zui?
Zooey.
You all look over and you see Zui start kind of crouching down and trying to hide away into the shadows, ignoring you while you're all talking about it. It's making you all a bit nervous.
Nice.
Uh,
Go ahead, Kev.
I would want to get out of bed and then say to everyone, maybe someone should kind of crack open the door and look out to see what's going on.
And I would say immediately to the assassin, "Small one, what are you doing?"
And at that moment, I go out in the hallway and see what's going on.
So
Alright, well.
ignoring your teammate, very friendly.
Nice.
well, I mean, you did say someone should do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Kinda what
So,
I
wow,
said.
that was a really high stealth roll.
Plus 7.
That is pretty good.
So you feel.
I'm gonna shoot him a message. I'm just gonna say, just think what you see, but don't respond to this.
Interesting. So I'm like.
So
looking at
basically,
something
he hears that in his head, and he can respond with one sentence.
that only you can hear. Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
So basically, using this, he can immediately tell us what he sees.
I have
And
a
if-
question
With
for
one
you,
sentence.
Moosh, but since you're a bit more experienced. When he goes into stealth, does the party still know where he is and see him because you're all allies, or is he invisible even to you guys?
If we cannot, if we would have to roll perception
Okay.
to see.
So basically, he's invisible to you as well, unless you
Well,
rolled and
not
and
invisible.
passed
He's
it.
just very well hidden.
Yeah. Well, basically. Invisible.
Yeah.
So, for the most part, you all lose track of exactly where he is after he starts to stealth, and y'all also notice that the wizard points his finger at directly at him. You don't know what the heck's going on. The two of you, for the most part, and
Sorry.
So, what were you gonna say?
I'm just going to explain to them. No, what I'm doing is I'm using message so he can tell us what's happening as soon as it happens.
And I'm just gonna assume that like what I see, they're just gonna I'm gonna relay that message immediately.
And I'm renewing it every 6 seconds.
Okay.
Just so that he can respond when
cool.
he needs to.
So you
Because it's a cantrip.
you go to the door, and as soon as you go to open the door to peek outside, you realize it is locked from outside. The door is in fact locked, and you can't open it.
Shit.
Is there a keyhole we could look through?
Well, back up a second. Ice Waters, you're currently the only person here who knows that the door is locked.
Okay. Currently the door is locked.
Question, Ice Waters, are you saying that just like out loud, or are you using the special
The
magic
message.
magus to tell the wizard? Okay.
Message.
Yes, the door's locked.
How did the thieves' tools work? Can I use that to open the lock? Or to pick the lock?
Yes, theoretically.
You can
Also,
certainly try.
as you're trying to open the door, you do very quietly because you're currently hidden. You all hear more of the voices outside. You can just hear them saying like, "I just for some reason I can't remember my name. You don't understand. I can't remember anything. He just starts getting louder and just yelling, and then all of a sudden you just hear this sort of loud grunt and just a thump like a body hitting the floor. And then it starts to get a lot quieter outside.
That doesn't sound good.
I'm going to take out my ink pen and write my name on my arm, just in case.
Interesting precaution, Karn.
I'm drawing my sword.
Interesting. Kazuka, you're looking around, you're seeing this guy's pulling out a pen, she's pulling out a sword, which one's mightier? What are you doing, Kaz? You don't necessarily have to do something,
I'd probably just sit there and just think what's going
You're just kind of nodding and wondering what's going on. Alright.
Yep.
Can I pick the lock?
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and try to pick the lock.
What do you want me to roll for?
Mushba, you're more familiar with this. What kind of, how does the thieves' tools work exactly? Does he just roll on a dexterity check?
Performance?
If he has proficiency, it would be dex plus proficiency bonus. So
Okay.
1d20 plus.
So it's a dex check.
2.
Yeah.
1d20 plus dex modifier plus 2.
Let's look at it. He has a
plus 5 to dex, so that
does
would
he
be
have a proficiency?
20.
Yes.
Yeah, if you.
That's after my proficiency. Is the 18? Is the plus 5 is the plus 3 is the regular, and then plus 2 is the proficiency. So it's plus 5 after my modifier.
Okay, so you as you're fiddling around with your tools, getting in the hole, just, you hear it click, and you realize you've unlocked the door. And all of you all see him just sort of fiddling with the lock.
Wait,
Of course, you have no idea why he's doing it or why he hasn't asked any of you about it. But
am I still stealth?
Do you lose stealth when you pick a lock, Karn? I know you lose one for attacking, but would you lose it just for picking a lock?
If it is done, if no one sees you do it, okay, so we see him do it.
I'm just going to continue saying that you guys see him, because it's weird that you're all in the same room.
So,
allies.
Yeah.
I see him.
But I mean, am I
has...
stealth to someone outside the door is my question.
Yeah, if someone doesn't see you pick the lock, then it will not break the stealth.
All right, so yeah, you're still stealth.
For the duration, you can be much easier seen.
You're still stealth. Ice.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Zooey. Zooey, the halfling assassin.
As I pick the lock, are you guys still just hanging out with your swords and stuff?
I'm
gonna step.
Karn, what's your race? Human?
Yeah, I'm just human.
All right. Kaz, what's your race?
Human.
Yo, wait, age 15? Is that even old enough to be an adventurer?
I don't know. Check the handbook.
I mean, if you started young, then I think you could, but I just like to point out to everyone that you're all let's see, what is the ages of everybody?
I'm 20.
So we have
is the eldest.
The Dragonborn warrior. By the way, do we have any genders here? I haven't noticed.
I'm female.
Male.
Clearly, I'm one of the 69, 62 genders. I'm clearly male.
I didn't see sex on the list here, which is weird because that's usually right what my mind focuses on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it should be here.
Furry sex? No, I'm kidding.
That's why I'm so good at picking locks.
Exactly. So, by the way, you can all kind of tell each other's ages just at a glance. So, Zooey the halfling looks like he's around 20. Sue and Karn look like they're around 30. And for some reason, you have a 15-year-old.
Nice. I guess you can say it goes with me being always optimistic.
Are you on my character
I am
sheet?
a little tiny bit older than 30. Just a bit.
Are you on
By
my
the way, what
character
are you
sheet?
guys? Can you just run over really quick? What are you guys all equipped with, like currently?
I just have my
Uh,
bag.
Yeah, Karn
and then
first.
my
Are you on my
staff.
character sheet? I can't see anything.
What? No, not right now. Oh, it's because you're at bio. So if you look at your character sheet, yeah, there you go. Click core.
Did you move it or something?
Yeah, when
Yeah,
I
I
move
did.
it, it moves for you too. I don't know why.
Yeah, so I have just my bag and then like a teacher's robe.
You don't
With
have a
a-
long
like a-
quarterstaff like in your image.
Oh, I do. I have it's both a quarterstaff and my arcane focus.
Okay.
So like there's it's like a small magical gem on top, so I can cast spells through it.
Okay. And I'm just saying this is kind of an important thing for everybody to have like a good visual idea of what your party members look like right now.
And I'm also completely bald.
Let's just have the order. Let's just have the order in general be Mushba first, Sue second, Icewater's
Okay.
third, and Kaz last for
Okay.
any
Just
time
like
we have
that.
to do an order of something.
Okay. So I'm tall, and I'm wearing chainmail, and I have a net at my one hip, and I'm holding a two-handed longsword or greatsword or whatever it's called. Longsword.
All right.
I have like leather armor.
Mhm.
For some reason, I have 2 swords and a sword, daggers, and a short bow. And then tons of
He's just
equipment.
decked. Do you see him? He's just decked.
Yeah, I mean, I just have all this on me.
You got like a backpack full of stuff too.
Yeah, because of my kits and tools
Yeah.
and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and I have 2 hand axes at my belt as well.
Okay, cool. Okay. Kaz, and how does your character look? Is Kaz muted again?
Or do I just say like I'm gonna just say the 3 main things?
Mhm.
I got a mace. I'm wearing leather armor, and I have a short bow.
Okay.
3 main things.
All right. And is there any other like important like physical traits any of you want to mention about your characters? We all know that
Well,
Salia is very tall, but other than that,
I'm pretty short.
okay.
Well,
You're not shorter than Zooey though. I would assume.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
I'm
I'm
like
a
5'3".
I'm
All
a
right.
halfling, so I'm about 3 foot.
All right, nice. All right, so no other things. Okay, so let's get back to the game.
I have wings. That's another thing.
You have wings.
I have- Yeah, like in my picture.
Wait, what? You have
Don't
wings?
don't Dragonborn have wings?
I thought they
I-
didn't.
They
No,
do
they
not
do
have
not.
wings.
Okay.
They do not.
Strike that for the record. No wings.
They
Okay.
also generally don't have tails, I believe.
That's like on a
Like
case
generally.
basis.
Yeah, like. But
They can.
We have a lot of chaotic characters here. I'm surprised. Can you be chaotic
What
and
is-
be a cleric?
Miss Kobayashi's dragon maid. He got wings and tails on people.
It's interesting
You
because
can.
Kazuka's picked chaotic good for alignment, but his ideal is a lawful idea.
Yeah, that's possible. It's certainly different, but it's possible. Yeah, any alignment can be cleric. The only class that I know that is alignment locked is monk, and that might not even be a case anymore.
Isn't paladin alignment law?
No, you can be an evil paladin called an
okay.
Oathbreaker paladin, and it is weird.
Nice.
it would make sense that you could be like an evil monk though, like if you just claim a different god, right?
Anyway,
Well, monks are more about finding enlightenment through martial arts than any gods.
so
So I'm actually looking up right now.
where we were in the game, you as you call, the last thing that happened is you just successfully picked a lock. You are still currently in stealth.
Okay. I'm going to
You all seen him pull his tools out and fiddle with the lock, so
wander out and like take a peek at what's going on more thoroughly.
When you say wander, you mean stealth, right?
Right.
Just the way you wander.
Stealthily wander out and take a peek at what's actually going on.
So you're not just gonna crack the door open and then you're just gonna walk right out. All right.
And I'm renewing message every time. So like every 6 seconds you hear, this is just to renew the message in your head.
Okay. So. 1 second.
Also, monks can be any alignment, but generally they are lawful.
So you walk out the door into the hallway. It's much more well lit than your room. And another thing, Moosh, but how often do you have to like redo stealth checks, or do you never do that? Do you have to? You don't have to
If
do
you
it because
pass the
perception?
enemy's line of sight
You have to redo it?
directly, you have to redo it.
Okay,
If you are shown by bright light for more than like 10 feet of movement, then you have to redo it.
All right.
Actually,
So-
no. The bright light thing is immediately reveals stealth.
Oh, bright light immediately reveals stealth.
Only if like you are completely surrounded by bright light and someone sees you.
Okay. Well, hallway's not that bright. So you go out into the hallway, Zooey, and you immediately see a well-armed man sort of walking down the hallway, sort of looking down, walking towards you from the east. And for the rest of the hallway seems clean, except that you do see blood on the ground.
On the east?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I want to go check that other doorway.
Okay,
And see
so
if
to the
that's
west.
locked as well. Yes.
Okay, so you start sneaking. So, two things. One, you start sneaking off west. Two, everybody else, you all saw him just sort of sneak out the door after leaving it wide open. And there's a lot of light now coming into the room from the hallway because it's much more well lit than your room because you had it a bit dark for the sleeping. And you all just see him just wander off.
Does he not report to the? Sorry.
I'm sorry. I thought I thought I naturally like just
No,
like, because you use
sort of
message. I just
he's
commuted
magically
everything.
he's magically keeping you in contact with him so that you may whisper, and he can hear you from far away.
Oh, okay.
So basically,
Actually, how thick are the walls? Because I might have to peek out the doorway and.
I don't really understand the question.
Well,
They have to be in
message
line of
is
sight.
blocked by 1 foot of stone.
How typically thick is a stone wall?
About a stone wall thick.
Thanks, guys.
It depends on how it's made. Brick, then half a foot, unless it's double wide.
Yeah,
If
so
it's
we're gonna say it's
cobble,
not
then
a
it
foot.
could be anything.
We're gonna say it's not a foot. We're just gonna say like half.
I mean,
foot. It's a half foot.
Well,
stone.
essentially, you could just stand at the door. I don't think the door's
Yeah, because it
3
can go around.
feet of
corners.
wood block.
We're gonna say it's about a half foot of stone.
Ooh.
Oh, it could travel freely around corners. So
okay.
if the door's open, then I'm fine.
All right. So the door's open. You guys all don't see anything. He's not telling you anything. What's going on?
So, I take one glance at at Kaz, decide immediately that he needs to be protected because he's little and young and has leather armor, and so I put my hand out to him and step between him and the door.
All right.
Wait, between me? I'm already out. in the
No.
hallway.
I'm talking about Kaz. I'm
Oh.
talking about in the room. I have rearranged myself now so that I am between Kaz and the door
Okay.
because he's small and he's only got leather armor and he needs to be protected. I've decided just like that.
I think at that situation, I'd probably just try to peek out the door as much as I could see. Like,
Well, if you
No?
you can decide if you'd like to just squeeze right past her, and she's not actually preventing you from moving. She's just standing in front of you.
I'd probably like scooch around her and just peek out the door a tad bit, not too far up.
And I'll communicate back to Karn that I see blood and a large guard passing through the eastway doorway, and I'm gonna check out the other door to the west.
Oh, and
as I do.
I probably should have mentioned this sooner, but in the hallway, by the way, Zui, further down to the west, right? I didn't bother to map this out because it would have took forever, so I don't really have anything to show you physically on the map. Further down the west of the hallway, it just kind of keeps going and it ends in a door.
Okay.
On the east, so to your right of the hallway, it also keeps going and it gets dark. So you're not sure what happens at that point. But that's also where the bandit guy, the big dude with the freaking weapons and the armor and whatnot, is walking back from.
And how far away is he?
So he's on your map there. You can see he's basically in the dark. He's coming out of the dark area, and he's looking down at the ground.
Okay.
And the blood is about one space, so like a few feet there to the right of the door, like 10 feet or whatever that is per space. So anyway, what did you tell? Yeah, so he told the wizard. What are you saying, wizard?
Sorry, what did he tell me? I spaced it out there.
He said he saw blood and a big guy walking from the east back.
And then I'm checking out the door on the west.
He saw pretty much exactly what I told you. What I told you.
Blood, possible hostile.
Mm-hmm. Do you tell the team or?
That's like word for word what I told the team.
Blood.
Okay.
What were you gonna say? Shoot.
I was just gonna say, it's hard because I feel like I'm metagaming now because I don't know where the possible hostile is. Where's the possible hostile?
Well, I have to keep pointing my finger towards Zui. So, like,
Closer,
basically,
far. Closer, far.
Close?
Okay. So I grab the back of Kaz's shirt, pull him into the room, and close the door as quietly as I can.
Okay.
Leaving the stealth monger up the hall going for the door.
Okay.
Is that...
Sue, roll a stealth.
Oh, good. This
Stealth?
is going to be fantastic.
Yep. Oh, that was a high
But
roll.
I haven't left the room.
I know you haven't left the room,
Okay.
but you attempted to close the door as quietly as you could. Which is a stealth check, because you're trying to close it in a way so that other people cannot hear what you've done.
So you slam the door.
Nice.
And you rolled a 2 on it, which
Right.
is not good.
I slammed the door.
Amazing.
So you're a pretty big lady. You got some big arms. You got a giant great sword in one hand. You got Kaz in the other hand, and you're trying to grab it with your 20-something, 30-something pound sword, and shut the door quietly. It didn't work out. Kind of slammed. I think everybody's kind of gritting their teeth a little bit on that one. Zui, you hear the door slam behind you while you're going to the second door.
As soon as the door slams, I send the message, do not react, stay hidden. And I am going to bust out the door. Well, I'm going to open the door, head down the hall, and as soon as I see the guy, I'm going to cast Charm Person. This is the biggest bit of damage control I can think of. So
that's a lot of stuff to do. So
yeah, sorry, that's like 2 turns worth of stuff.
Zui, what is your reaction to him telling you? Have no reaction.
Wait. All right, so is
You're
her slamming the door and him telling me that all in one turn?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
I
So
Like
basically,
literally
Zooey,
instantaneously.
yeah, it's basically all
almost-
about the same time. So basically, Zooey, you're going to the second door, right? Which, by the way, as you're reaching it, you see that it's open. And the light seems to be on in the room as well. The torches, the coal torches there is burning at a moderate level. But you can't really quite see into the room yet. You just kind of see the corner of it. And as you're kind of looking in, that's when you suddenly, turn around as you hear the door slamming behind you. And you also then immediately hear, after it slams, basically as fast as the wizard can do it, he warns you, don't react, stay hidden. What are you doing? You can talk, react, whatever.
I mean, I go hidden, but I also draw my rapier.
Well, you're still hidden from the stealth, but yeah, you draw your rapier.
Right. Yeah.
Do you, are you glancing over to see what the guy's doing as well?
I mean, at this point, he just told me that, right?
No, what the
That's
guy,
all he
the big
told
guy
me.
who was walking down the hallway.
Right. I'll see if he had noticed.
Yeah, so you're also kind of so you pull your rapier and you glance over to see if the guy's noticed, and you notice that he has in fact noticed, and he looks quite surprised. And you see him he hasn't noticed you. Clearly, you can tell because he's completely focused on the.
Whoops, didn't mean to do that.
Kazuka's saving himself from sacred flame. What's he doing over in that corner?
I forgot what it did, and I didn't know how to check
You can see he's kind of quickly moseying on over to the door that you just came out of after it slams. And then right as he's reaching it, all of a sudden you see your wizard buddy Karn suddenly just sort of fling the door open, step out into the hallway, and cast a spell. So what's the...
It's a DC 14 Wisdom save.
Okay, DC 14 Wisdom save. I need to actually pull up...
And that's with advantage, correct?
No, because right now we are not.
Yeah, he's not currently fighting. He just walked up on somebody and cast a spell on them.
He just heard a loud noise. Like,
Yeah.
I think anything would shock him at this point.
Well, not necessarily. Hold on one second. I gotta actually pull up the page that I should have probably pulled up much sooner.
Come on, Ferdy, we're supposed to be playing D&D, and you're pulling up a page? Why is he DM?
Well, the character that, he's
No,
cast a
it's
spell
okay.
on obviously has their own stats, so I have to pull that up, and for some reason I'm getting webpage not available.
Nice.
What do you mean? Are you looking up Charmed? Because it's on the...
No, I'm looking
it's
up
on
the...
Roll20.
I don't know why it's not working. Okay, hold on a second. I've got another way to do this. My tablet's deciding to not be connected to the internet.
So Kazuka, I would
You
point
can-
out to you that you are currently suspended from my claw.
Nice.
You have a claw?
Well, I mean, from my hand. I don't know what kind of hand a Dragonborn has. I'm suspended by. I'm still holding you.
Think Skyrim.
So I'm like reading this. Does this mean that you have to be in a fight already in order to charm them?
No.
That's what it looks like.
No.
What it means is that it's harder to charm them if I am fighting them.
It says you have advantage if you're fighting.
No, they have advantage on the saving throw.
Hmm.
Which is not what we want. There are better spells to use better CC spells than Charm Person for fights.
What was the short version? Oh, there it is.
You just pick your DC, right? And then it's against wisdom.
Okay.
Yeah, well, the DC is
So-
yeah.
Fails to save throws charmed by you until the spell ends, or until you or your companions do anything harmful to charm creature reacts to friendly acquaintance. The spell ends, creatures know it's charmed by you. Alright, so, and how long does this last? 1 hour, okay. So, you jump out and shout your, magic words. I'm not exactly sure what all involves Charm Person.
Yeah.
You shout your, magical words of power or whatnot, and wave your hands in the air. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's he kind of just seems to look at you in shock, and then his his eyes just kind of seem to glaze over for a bit, and then he kind of looks down at you, and he goes, "Hey, what are you doing out of bed?" By the way, Zooey, you see all this. In fact, actually, you all do because he's standing right in front of the door. You don't see the person he's talking to, but you all see the wizard standing there, casting crazy spells.
I just step back into the room and I say, I couldn't sleep,
You can sleep. Guy says, "Well, you guys gotta stay in there, okay? It's not time for you guys yet." And he starts reaching over to close the door behind you as you go in.
Wait, what are we waiting for?
Wait,
we got you guys.
Did you
gotta
not
stay.
land the charm?
What's that?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, he doesn't know for 100. It doesn't tell you for 100% if you land the charm, right?
No, you choose a DC and then roll for wisdom?
No, he rolls against DC.
Yeah, I already rolled. It was a secret roll, so you guys couldn't see it.
I can assume based on how he's acting that.
Yeah, you guys have to basically make assumptions based on the acting and how it appears, whether or not it actually succeeded. So. I don't think that spell doesn't tell the wizard you have succeeded.
Nice.
Oh, that would be handy.
It's not. It's not concentration, so I wouldn't know until.
Yeah. So anyway, back to where you were. You all hear this conversation. By the way, you can all butt in at any time, say anything you want at any time. You can make actions. Zooey, by the way, what are you doing while they're having this conversation?
I'm still stealth with the rapier.
Okay, so you're just kind of standing there watching them while they talk.
Right.
And by the way, Zooey, from your point of view, you're not really sure what's going on. All you know is the wizard came barging out of the room, suddenly cast some kind of spell on this guy, and now they're having a civilized conversation.
Yeah, basically I'm by the other door.
Mm-hmm. And just for a recap to keep it all fresh in your mind, guys, you were all
So he'd be about here?
Right.
Yeah, he's right there. Yeah.
Okay.
So as a recap, everybody, you were just to keep it all fresh in your mind. You were all coming here as part of a final exam for your Adventurers Guild on the last day. It was a surprise exam, and you took all day riding the carriage and spending most of the last of your money to get here. And you all just slept and you all just woke up, and it sounded, there was the people yelling. Okay, so continuing.
So I put Kaz down because I don't need to hold him suspended above the ground.
You were holding him above the ground. Kaz, what's your reaction to this?
I'd say thank you for putting me down.
Don't forget you're highly optimistic. I can see better from down here. No.
And I say, "You're okay, small one." And I think we're off over to the left of the door.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And so Josh is on. Karn is on the other side. Like Karn's in front of the door talking to the wizard, but we're probably out of eyesight, right?
Yeah. How did you ping the map like that, Karn?
You just hold click while you have the mounter, the pointer.
Something like. Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
It's like fireworks.
I'm like a dark green, and Karn's like a bright green. I guess it's kind of strangely. Yeah, so you guys should be like around here,
but I don't remember
spots.
how.
Yeah. So anyway, Karn asks, what was it you asked? You said, what are we waiting for?
Yeah.
And he looks at you kind of a bit confused, and he says, "Well, the ritual, of course."
Sorry, I know so many rituals. Which one are we doing today?
Which one are we doing today? He goes, "Well, the ritual, the one that we have to do with all the people that we get in here. Now, shh, quiet. We don't want everybody else to hear that you're up. You're supposed to be asleep right now."
Okay, but do you mean the ritual where everyone gets sacrificed, or the ritual where we let them go with gift basket? I don't remember which.
As you're trying to say this, you see he's trying to close the door again. Are you trying to like interrupt him or Karn? So like after he said shh, you guys are supposed to be asleep, he starts trying to close the door again.
I just like kind of put the end of my staff between the door and the
Okay.
wall.
He's just kind of like, what are you doing?
I'm claustrophobic. Please, can you leave the door open?
Claustrophobic to a room?
I'm just gonna attack this guy.
Okay.
All right.
So, Zooey,
What do I roll for?
roll a sneak attack.
So it would be your attack with advantage since he doesn't see you.
So I'm using a rapier. So is that a separate?
So you click the rapier thing and you use the highest number. It'll roll it twice and you use the highest one.
Well, sneaky attack would be an additional 1d6.
But that would not apply if you miss. So we decide if you hit or not first. And then we settle the damage.
I thought that was a different roll altogether.
No. It's applied when you deal damage.
Yeah, just do the roll thing because it always comes up twice anyway. There you go. Well, that was a 20, so you definitely hit him. So go ahead and roll for damage.
And then also roll the d6.
Wait, what? I thought that was my damage.
No,
that
that
would
was
be
just
to
the to hit.
Where's the damage thing specifically?
If you
That
click
should
the
be
word
it,
rapier,
like 20.
if you click the word rapier,
I did, and that
No, I
20
mean-
should be my damage. It's
No.
15 plus 3 plus 2.
no, that's your to hit.
So basically, the 1 die 20 is when you're trying to roll to hit. You then roll a die 6 to see how much damage that you do.
So what you okay.
1 die
if
8.
you go- in the chat, right? In the actual chat menu, underneath the 20, there's the word rapier. If you mouse over it, it'll light up, and if you click that, it'll automatically roll damage.
That's what that was.
No, that was you
Let me
clicking.
try clicking it and see what happens.
No, that's
That's a weapon.
Okay, so-
see, that wasn't it.
So when you click that, right? That's on your page when you click that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm clicking on rapier.
that's 2 proficiency.
Okay. So
Item.
on the chat bar to your right, where all the rolls are showing up,
Oh, click the part that says rapier.
yeah.
That's what he's saying. Click the part
I
underneath it that says
did.
rapier.
No, I'm in the
I see
chat
it right
thing,
here.
not on your character sheet.
There you go. Yeah, like that.
There you go.
I
Rolling
don't
1 die
know
6
what-
plus 3. And then click it one more time. Because you.
Well, don't I click sneak attack?
No, just click the rapier. Because basically, a sneak attack is you roll twice. You roll your damage twice.
No, the
Sneak attack is a 1 die 6
specific damage.
bonus.
That's something
Oh,
they
okay.
changed. Sneak attack is extra damage added on.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess you just click sneak attack?
It's not.
Yeah.
It won't let me attack or click on it.
Just
It like
Just roll
literally is
D6.
unclickable.
Yeah,
Oh,
it doesn't
okay.
should be-
I
Oh,
can
click
do
the
that.
chat bubble part next to it.
Oh, okay. So 8.
still.
Rolling, yeah. All right. So, anyway, you're just sitting there having a nice, handy conversation with him. You ask him, what kind of ritual is it? The one that we all end up dead, or we all get gift baskets? And then suddenly, from behind, you don't even see him coming. Just out of nowhere, all of a sudden, you see Zooey just appear behind him and just got him in the back with a rapier. And he just
Love this teamwork.
you just see, just go, and he looks down and you see this rapier just coming out of his chest, and he just goes, and you see blood come out of his mouth, and then he just collapses to the ground.
Oh.
That was an easy guy.
That must have hurt.
You all see.
Wait, so is he dead?
Well,
I assume?
okay. Let's just say that as this happens, the door just kind of sort of falls open because he's no longer trying to close it, and then you all see it happen. He just
So-
kind of hits the ground, sort of bleeding.
I'm gonna grab him and drag him into the room. I'm gonna step forward, grab him, and drag him out of the hallway so he's not so visible.
All right. So you all see the monstrous dragonborn woman just sort of stomp forward and grab his body on the ground and just start pulling him into the room, leaving a streak of blood on the ground.
And I'm gonna go check that
What a
other door.
mess.
You all talk at the same time after being silent for 5 seconds. I love it.
I just look at Zooey and like,
Do you
all
guys-
right, that solves the problem.
What a
Cat-
mess.
There was
Kazka,
kind
do
of
you have
already
anything
blood
to
on
say
the floor,
about,
so
just watching this guy suddenly get murdered?
Can't say I was expecting that this morning.
I mean, there was kind of already blood on the floor.
Is that what your character just said?
Yeah.
There's already blood on the floor. It's fine.
Are
Kaz?
you gonna... Wait. Oh, metagaming.
What?
What?
Is the assassin gonna check for money in the guy's pocket?
Oh yes,
Yeah, it's
definitely.
Sorry.
You could have done that, you know.
I know, but I'm not. That's not
I
my
definitely check.
motivation. Okay.
For sleight of hand, or do I just check?
That would be investigation.
Okay, yeah. So
Investigation. Okay.
So you roll for intelligence, like you roll with.
It's
yeah,
6
It'll do
plus
it.
1. 7.
yeah. So Zooey, you so you go into the room chasing after the dead body like a happy puppy, and you immediately start rolling the body over and looking around. Well, assuming it is in fact a dead body, since none of you really checked. Checking for any kind of money, and you do find a money pouch on him, and there's 2 crisp gold coins in there.
Nice.
Other than that, he's wearing leather armor with a giant hole through it, and a short sword.
I'd say maybe some useful information you might have on him.
What's
Like
that
about
Kaz?
like what's going on. I'd say maybe someone should look if there's any useful information like about what's going on him.
Like a map of the building,
Something
or
like that,
layout
or
or
what the things that's going on.
Okay. By the way, Zooey, you hear that, and in your head you think that you're definitely sure you got anything if you checked his whole body, and if there's anything, you would have totally found it, is what you immediately think.
Right. Okay. I grabbed the 2 gold pieces. By the way.
You all see him pulling gold out of a belt pouch that he discovered on him.
Do we see him, or does he palm it?
Should I roll for sleight of hand?
You guys all see the gold coins he took and places
Sorry.
it.
I
do
have
you do
a
with
plus
the gold,
7 in
by the
sleight
way,
of
Billy?
hand, so
Huh?
what?
What do you do with the gold, Zooey? Do you just put it in your pocket?
Yeah.
We'll
Or-
just him take gold out of this guy and just start putting it in his pocket.
Okay.
So generally, when I hear ritual, it kind of raises a red flag. We might not want to be here. I don't think.
I love that. It generally raises a red flag.
Yeah. I mean, like, I know some rituals myself, but that's not gonna work.
I mean,
I think it's more complex than that.
I think it would have been a little easier if the Dragonborn didn't slam the goddamn door.
I just look at him and shrug.
Just shrugs. That's life.
Are we gonna save the people?
Well, yeah. That's the entire reason we became adventurers.
I'm
Or
gonna
did you
go
say that
check
in
other
character or
door.
out of character, see?
I'm saying that in character.
Oh, okay.
As do
I shrug about the slam door, and then I look from one to the other and say, "Are we gonna save the people, the ones that don't remember?"
Could I roll an Arcana check to see if I know any sort of could make people lose their memories?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Could I roll an Arcana check to see if I know what could be the cause of losing?
Yeah, sure, you could roll it.
And I'm gonna. I can I go out into the hall and head down towards where the guy came from?
Yes. Karn, you've heard of before very high level, powerful amounts of magic that might be able to alter people's memories, but you don't know anything specific.
So, like, I'm following the Dragonborn,
all right,
going
so
through my mind.
I'm checking this other door.
with your mind, what?
No, I'm like following the Dragonborn while I like
while you
about
yes,
what
okay.
could be causing the memory stuff.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
But you guys are east, right?
Yeah, they're
Like
about to be going east. Zooey, you were still outside the. Oh wait, no, that's right. You were inside. So
I had to get his money.
yeah, you got his money. So what are you doing, Zooey?
I'm checking this other door.
Okay, so you go check through the door. What are you doing, Kazuka?
I'd probably go see what Zooey's doing.
All right. So, and you didn't have much to say, by the way, Kazuka. You're a very quiet character, I see. Very optimistic, but very quiet character. Is that right, Kaz?
Sí, señor. No hablo español.
All right. So soon. What's that?
I have passive wisdom
Uh-huh.
as one of my things.
Okay.
So that means that I don't always have to do a perception check when I'm looking for things, right?
I don't know.
I think passive wisdom is like you.
No,
can
that's your
tell-
passive perception. So basically, what that means is, if say there was a stealth creature, right?
I'm back.
I believe the stealth creature basically has to pass your passive perception check to stay stealth.
All right.
So, and then if you started trying to actively look for something that you didn't know about, you would then roll a perception check.
Okay.
Let's see, where were we? What's that say?
So how far down how far, I'm just going to keep, I'm going to check it out.
Okay, yeah.
Or
yes, you are.
Maybe
right.
I don't step into the dark. Like I go a little ways down, but then I realize that we've lost half of our party to the other end of the hall.
Yeah.
So I stop and go try to get their attention.
Are there torches along the walls?
Yes.
Are they lit?
Yes, they're coal torches.
Okay.
What does your
Minecraft?
What does your message length have? Can you do that all the way down the hall?
Its maximum range is 120 feet.
So that's super far. Okay.
By the way,
Yeah.
Zooey, your character does not know that.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I just asked him that.
Just letting you know that your character isn't aware of the range.
Like
Any
I
of
literally
Karn's
just asked him that in game.
Oh, in game?
Yeah.
Oh,
How
oh,
far
it goes a good
is
distance.
your message? Yeah. Okay. So I'm checking this door to see if it's locked.
Was it open earlier? Slightly ajar.
No, because
you
slammed the door before I could check.
Oh no, okay.
No, Zooey, so Sue, you see this part right here? Okay, this is your guys' door. This is the door that she slammed shut. You went over to this door, which was already open. It's still open. You're the only one who's been over there recently.
Oh, I never knew I opened it. Okay.
It wasn't. You didn't. It was already open.
It was open.
Oh, okay. Can I do a perception check on the room to see if there's any people or?
You'd have to go in the room and look, or try to look through the doorway or something like that. Yeah. Also, I'd
Okay.
just like to point
We're on
out,
the
Sue is trying to talk to you and Kazuka. She was saying, "Sss, guys."
I'm gonna tell Kazuka to stay out, like outside of the door, and then as I walk in.
and
I'd say
I'm going to stop moving while I wait for the rest of our party.
Just
And stand
curious,
outside the
Sue.
door.
No particular reason, but does that mean that you're turning your back to the dark area then to watch them?
No.
Okay.
I know that, like, I've got my back to my party, and I've got my front towards the dark area.
Okay. Just curious.
Yeah, never turn your back on the dark.
Karn, what do you? Or Kaz, what did you say you were doing?
I said okay. I said that I'd say okay and stand outside of the door.
Okay. And just so you know, you don't always have to say stuff like, oh, I'd say. You can just say it. You just like, okay, and then I stand outside the door. Something.
I'm gonna use prestidigitation to clean up the fresher blood.
Okay. Can you? Oh, there it is. I was about to say, can you link that?
Yeah.
Create one of the following magical effects within range: instantaneous harmless sensory, shower sparks, wind things, or an odd odor. Man, this could do a lot of different stuff. Clean or soil an object.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
It's
immediately
one
just
of the more
clean.
versatile spell.
So you all
Yeah.
see him just sort of going, and then just magic, just like you see these magic bubbles just come out and just start cleaning all the blood up.
And he pulls
Like
out a
the-
Swiffer, a magical Swiffer.
Yeah.
I see it over my shoulder, and just shake my head and go back to looking down the hallway the other way.
By the
What
way,
do I see in this
it
room?
does clean up quite easily, Karn. Zooey,
Yeah.
you look into the room and you notice immediately that it's identical to the room that you just came from. And go ahead and roll the perception check that you're talking about. Yeah, you notice it's identical to the room you just came from.
Okay, fair enough.
And Kaz, you can't see into the room. Karn, you're cleaning the blood. Sue, you see in the dark that there is, as your eyes are adjusting to the dark, you see ahead that it doesn't look like there's much down the hall except for more hall and then a bigger room down further down.
All right. So then I'm gonna. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna look over and say, "Come
What did she say? Just like whispered it, like what?
I said, "Are you coming?" to Dewey.
Yeah.
Okay. And at
Now
that
that he's
moment,
looked in the, yeah.
I like follow suit, basically. Like,
All right.
Everybody do a perception check except you, Zooey.
wait, why? I just did it on that room.
Just do it. Sue, Karn, Kaz.
I don't re-roll another perception check.
No. Okay,
Wait,
so
child.
all of you, by the way, this is something that never really came up because you guys never really tried to actively look around the room. But in the room that you were in, there was a sort of a stone pedestal in the middle of the room, not far away from the door. And it was about waist high for a human. Obviously, it's, clearly far and above the head of Zooey, so you probably wouldn't even... I'm just kidding, but yeah. And you all remember that pedestal, and yeah. So I just thought I'd point that out because it has not come up. And Zooey, there was also another pedestal, just like the one that was in your room, in the identical room. And Kazuka, by the way, you remember noticing that there were symbols on the pedestal that would seem a bit unusual to you. Anyway, continue, guys.
Do I now know of this symbol since Kazuka knows of it?
You didn't notice them being symbols, but Kazuka did. But you did notice the pedestal.
About the symbol.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm gonna say that I'm a mention about the symbols because they seemed a bit off to me, and see if anyone else noticed them.
As soon as he mentions the symbols, I'm right back in the room.
You're like, ooh, magic.
Nice.
Like, is it like in a full ring all the way around it?
No. You go back to the room. You look at the stone pedestal, and it's very. It's. I want to say it's a bit like a sort of like a standing, like. It's just a pedestal, right? But on the top,
Okay.
there's a sort of a large snake, like drawn in green on the top of the pedestal, and it's like etched into the pedestal. And you're like examining it, right? The pedestal.
Yeah.
You also kind of notice that it's just like there's kind of like an indent on the top of it, like almost like there was like maybe a piece that had been removed, like a slab or something.
Okay.
And you can also roll an Arcana check.
I will.
Okay.
Could be
You
worse.
recognize.
Is this
actually,
the same in both rooms?
I'm sorry. Don't roll an Arcana check. Roll a Religion check. Yeah. There was a pedestal in the other room. Zui, you never noticed there being any symbols at all. So all you know is what Kazuka said.
Can I use that same roll, but switch the modifiers around?
Sure.
Okay, so that would have been 17.
17. So you're looking at it
'cause-
and you recognize it. You believe that it belongs to the Church of Loki, which is a sort of a small group, sort of a small religion that worships a sort of a trickster god, Loki.
Okay.
You recognize it
gonna,
as a symbol for the church.
Okay, I'm gonna take out one of my sheets of paper and hastily scribble it down.
Okay. Also,
Just like a rough diagram of the.
just so it's clear to everybody else, by the way, you all notice that he just sort of like your wizard, as soon as he hears there was symbols on the pedestal, frantically runs back into the room and starts examining the pedestal. Well, you assume he's examining because you all can't see in the room from where you're standing.
So, how much do I know about Loki?
Well, considering you're more of an arcane person, not a religious person, not much.
Okay, but I do know that he's the trickster.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, once I got the thing down, I just go back out and
See, by the way,
quietly,
while he's doing this, what are you guys all doing? You just standing there waiting for him, or?
Oh, I'm still waiting down here.
Oh, that's where Sue was. You were over by this door, remember?
Yeah. Remember, I followed suit,
Okay, so
and
you want to
now
cut
I'm
off
over
Sue.
here.
All right. So and Kaz?
I would go back to the room and ask why did he come back here after I mentioned the symbols.
Oh, because it might have been something important, or well, it was something important, but it might have been something I didn't know. But I did know it. It was Loki,
Neat.
Norse trickster god. Very interesting. Not in a good way, though. We should probably hurry up.
Zui, are you going to mention what you've seen to any of your teammates, by the way?
The other room was the identical of the room we just came out of.
Do you think that's where the ones who didn't remember came from?
Possibly.
That makes us very lucky. Or
Them.
perhaps...
I mean, we still
less.
killed one of them, so...
No, I mean, very
like
lucky
that.
we didn't wake up without our memories. Considering
God.
I'm gonna go and inspect the pedestal on the other room, too. See if it has the same indentation on the top.
So you head off. You all see the wizard just heading off to the other room. What are you guys doing?
Well, I bounce on my toe. I'm bouncing on the balls of my feet and switching my gaze between down the hall ahead of me and back at the party. But I'm willing to trust what they're doing.
Kaz is just wide-eyed. Y'all can't help but feel, kind of a bit of a sense of danger at the moment. Karn, the wizard, you go into the other room, and you go to the pedestal, and you immediately notice that on the pedestal there is it is quite different. As I told you, there was an indent on the other one. On this one, there's actually something jammed into the indent, and it's some kind of pyramid. It's like a sort of like a bronze, sort of like a bit of a shiny copper-looking pyramid.
I'm gonna try and pick it up.
Actually, let me continue. I forgot. I was actually going to say more about that. It's been so long. So you immediately, upon looking at it, you sense a tremendous amount of danger coming from this. It almost seems to just emanate like this might be a dangerous thing. And you also kind of feel sort of a bit of dark from it. And
okay.
On the side of it, there's also a symbol that you don't recognize.
Okay. I'm going to sketch all sides of it and very carefully get as many of the details of the symbol as I can into the drawing.
Okay.
But
So,
I have no longer any desire to pick it up.
Okay. So as you're looking at it, you kind of notice that it looks like the top part of the pyramid is actually a button. And the rest of it seems to be just all sort of that sort of solid copperish metal. And the symbol only appears on two sides of it. And it's like this sort of green, misfigured, blocky person is kind of what it looks like with no arms.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Yeah, you all just you're not sure what's going on, but the wizard seems to be in the other room for a surprising amount of time.
Wizard!
I send a message to
Zooey?
no, to
Kaz?
Salia. I sent it to Salia because she seems like the most level-headed of that I've met that I've seen, and it just says, if I don't respond in 6 seconds, come get me. And then I press the button.
Do a perception check.
Nice.
Okay.
Everyone?
No, just Con. So you press the button, and you see that the bottom of it starts to light up, and you start hearing this humming.
Hold on, could you repeat that? I press the button and...
So the bottom of it starts to light up, and you start hearing this humming. And as you're looking at this, you also are kind of, noticing the room's a bit brighter. And you kind of glance around the room, and you notice that in the corners of the room, where the beds are, you see what looks like different sets of adventurers' gear. But all of them kind of look like they've been horribly damaged or melted away. And as the light is kind of getting a bit brighter from this pyramid that's sitting on the table, you also notice that the walls also kind of like they may have sustained some kind of damage or just like kind of like a discoloring in some of the areas.
Okay. I'm gonna rush out the room, close the door, and immediately write on the paper, "Very dangerous, must know more." And rejoin the party.
So you close the door, you continue to hear this sort of humming, and as you sort of close the door, it kind of gets harder to hear it. and shortly after you close the door, there's this gigantic white flash you can see inside the room behind the door. And then you don't hear the humming anymore.
Oh, I'm very glad I wasn't.
By the way,
What did you do?
you all kind of hear this happening. It's not super loud, but it's all audible.
So there was something missing from our room that was melting the other adventurers.
Oh.
Whoa.
Nice.
And parts of the room, too. I don't know if that was intentional or oversight, but whatever it is, it's why we're still alive.
Oh. We need to go find the ones that don't remember.
Absolutely. Absolutely 100%.
So I'm going to start. Are you coming? Look at everybody. Is everybody coming? Because clearly I'm going to take the lead. I'm the biggest one here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start down the hallway.
All right. What are you guys doing,
So-
Kaz?
So
And
before I
Zoe?
start down the hallway, I say, "Are you guys coming?"
Yeah.
Yep.
I just give a nod.
Stewie,
Zooey?
Say one more time.
are you coming with me?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I start down the hallway.
All right.
All right. So you all start heading down this dark hallway, and it gets much darker the further down that you go. You go about 10 or 20 feet, maybe 30 feet down.
Uh-huh.
And it ends in a big room. And it's a very dark room, so it's very difficult to tell what's in the room. So I guess everybody make a perception check. Oh, nice one. Oh,
I am
no, right. I'm sorry. It's just when
very
Zooey did it, it
focused.
didn't roll. The numbers didn't appear at first. It was just blank. I was like, good roll.
Apparently, I am preoccupied.
You're seriously
But-
thinking like, what was that?
So, but with my perception check,
Mm-hmm.
that 6 be added to my 13 perception?
No.
No.
Like
That
That's a-
13 is your passive perception, and it's like,
only
you
if somebody's trying to sneak up.
well, if someone's trying to sneak up on you and you haven't made an active perception roll.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just passively, for like sneaking up type things. So you all can't see crap for the most part. It's
Nice.
very dark. Hold on. Isn't there?
I'm gonna light a torch.
Do you have one in your backpack?
I have 10 in my back.
Okay, go ahead and light the torch.
light a
You all
torch.
see in the dark, Salia finally, after 30 feet of darkness, deciding to pull a torch out. And
Nice.
you all see her trying to light it, and she's just kind of trying to light it up. And Kazuka, you actually notice that right in front of you is a big pit. Right in front of all of you is a big pit, and it's rather dark, so it's difficult to see. But
I'd quickly
It's-
say,
you kind of seems like you see something moving.
I'd
I
say
think I'm gonna go stealth.
there's a pit. And there
Zooey,
is-
you don't see anything moving.
I'd say there's a pit, and I see something moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you.
Just say it. Just say it.
Can I
There's
go
a pit.
stealth?
I see something moving.
There's a pit, and I
Okay,
see something moving.
roll
Good
for-
job.
Better.
Roll for stealth,
Yeah.
Zooey. Okay. Sue, you finally get the torch lit, and you're all welcomed to this sort of new room by the side of this gigantic pit. And in this pit, you just see lines of dead bodies. And they all seem to be stripped. So they're just in their basic clothes or underwear. Some of them are
Nice.
just naked. They're all just clearly in different states of decay. Some of them, it looks like, are practically skeletons. And you can see quite a few of them, but there's also the pit. The pit isn't, I shouldn't say it's too much of a pit. It's only like a few feet down. but it's no longer the normal like stone ground. It's been replaced with dirt, and you can see like body parts kind of sticking out of the dirt, like a hand or an arm or a leg just sort of sticking out, and it's kind of decayed. And you all also notice, as you're looking at this, which of course Kazuka can now see more clearly, the movement comes from one of the dead bodies that's closest to you guys, is getting up and moving towards you.
And it's definitely a corpse.
It
Wait,
looks
so-
like it is dead, yes.
Wouldn't I know if I was stealth or not?
Think of it like this: just because you think you're hidden doesn't mean you can't see you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I
kind of
just
like...
think of it as like invisibility type of thing.
No.
Well, it's more like you're
It's not.
hiding in the shadows and hoping nobody looks directly at you and sees you.
Yeah. Invisibility
You're like,
is
"I
like
bet they can't
specifically
see."
magic.
You feel well hidden.
Okay, so I'm going to step towards the. I draw my sword, step towards the corpse, or step between my party and the corpse,
All right.
and say, "What is that?"
It replies with "Ah!" And
Nice.
combat begins.
Do I know what it is?
Do a... You know better than me. What would you be checking for a monster?
Well, it depends on where it's from. Like if it were,
It's from the pit.
I'd probably go with if it's a natural enemy, then it would be nature. So like
Uh-huh.
a boar or a dire wolf, that kind of thing. Otherwise, probably Arcana.
Yeah, go with Arcana. Do an
Okay.
Arcana check.
I already.
Everyone do an Arcana check.
All of us do one.
Yeah, just go ahead. So you don't even have to worry about people saying
Hello?
hello.
Hello.
I heard someone disconnected. Connect.
Hello, my bad. I accidentally clicked something.
Okay.
Kaz, do a Arcana check.
That's a pretty high Arcana check for me, considering I have none.
Well, considering 10 would be the average roll, but that would actually
Oh.
be a low. Kaz gives it 20. You're all pretty sure that it's a zombie.
Oh, interesting.
You know,
That
Okay.
Sue's
so
less sure than
I-
the rest of you, but you're all pretty sure it's a zombie.
Okay, so I instinctively unhook my net, spin and throw it, and at the zombie,
Okay.
because that's just my training. That's what I do.
Okay. Everybody else?
No.
This is officially combat.
So do we roll for initiative, or does it matter?
We're not going to be doing initiatives. No.
We're just gonna be all telling them what we're doing. That's what I'm doing.
I
have-
just pull out.
What's your like net to hit? Is it just like how does that even work?
I don't know. Why don't I click on it and see what happens?
Net is a dexterity attack. Okay. 1d6 damage.
Wait, how
Yeah.
many zombies is there currently?
Can-
Like just the
You
one?
just see one zombie.
Hey,
Okay,
can,
I'm gonna
can you,
stay stealth.
can
yeah,
you make
just-
that go away? Okay, I'm just gonna click on it. So my net
Okay.
did 16. Go with that.
16
There
to
you go.
hit. Okay. And everybody else, keep going.
Have I seen a zombie before in my life?
No.
Then I immediately pull out a sheet of paper and start sketching it.
Okay. So, Kazuka, what are you doing?
I'd pull out my mace.
Okay. And do you attack?
Yes.
Okay.
So first, are we gonna know whether my net entrapped the creature?
Everything will be happening at about the same time. So you'll.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
Gotta use the bathroom. BRB.
Okay,
Do I
cool.
have to do something?
Do you have to? Yeah. Roll your to hit.
My
Uh,
what?
click on your mace. Click on your
My
mace.
what?
In the middle of your character page, it'll have your weapons. Click on your mace. There you go. Oh, that's
Why am I getting such high rolls?
Because you're a legend.
Because you have a
dude.
good strength bonus.
Got some of
Or,
that.
holy crap, you got a 20. That's crit.
Nice, dude. Yeah, roll your damage twice, then I suppose.
So I roll the mace again?
how does he roll
so,
his damage?
See below it. It
You
says
crit,
mace.
so it
Just
should
left
be
click it
max,
right here.
right?
See right,
Like max.
What'd you say?
right below it. It says mace. Click
Oh,
that.
right.
All right, and now click it again.
I swear I clicked mace at the bottom. It's at the bottom of the thing.
No, yeah, good.
There you go.
It's
I clicked
showing
it again
up.
for you. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, this is a bit. I should probably just be doing things a little bit more one at a time. So anyway, let's just go with Sue first. Sue, you throw your net at him, and your net hits. So roll for the damage. Yeah.
Okay.
Click net. Below
So,
right below it says net.
yeah. Ha! No damage.
-1. Awesome. So Sue, you immediately just sort of charge forth, whip your net out, throw it onto him. The net just kind of latches around the creature, and it just immediately
Gains
claws
the
through
health
it,
point.
snapping it in half,
Great.
Amazing.
and ripping it off of himself. Then Kazuka leaps forward with his mace, and shouts something like, "I smite thee!" and something.
Clearly exactly what I'd say.
And
I think
his
I'm
mace just crushes it right in the head, and it just seems to take quite a bit of damage. That was 12 points of damage. But
Nice.
it just kind of looks back at y'all with this giant dent in the side of his head, and it attacks Sue. Hold on, one's at 20. And it misses. It the zombie creature just kind of lunges at
Besting.
Sue, and then you just step to the side because it's very awkward. It doesn't seem to know what it's doing. Its eyes might be a bit damaged from the mace crushing its head.
So can I
That's the end of the
hit it
combat
with my?
round.
Oh, that's okay.
That's round 2. Everybody, start up. Go.
Okay, so then I go for its neck, take its head from its body.
Okay. So you pull your sword out and swing it.
Damage.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll damage. What's everybody's base initiative? Like,
My
what's the
What does that
initiative?
mean?
What's everybody's initiative bonus?
Mine is
Oh,
1.
it's 3. Mine's
I
3.
don't
Mine's -1.
Okay, so let's try to do order of combat based on everybody's initiative, just so it's like initiative bonus. I'm sorry, just so we just kind of it's a bit more clear what order things are kind of happening in.
If
Even
we're
though
gonna do that,
everything's
why
kind of
don't we
happening
just
at the
roll
same
for it?
time,
Where's the initiative bonus?
but should be on your character sheet.
It's
It's right at the top, right next to your armor class. That's speed.
-1. Why don't we just roll for it every time?
Because
Dexterity?
I don't like the rolls because it gives like a giant person that's very slow for some reason because he rolled high is now going much faster than somebody that should be clearly 1,000 times faster.
No,
That's
we're all
good enough for
moving at
anyone
the
else,
same
just-
time. Like, we're all moving at the same time. It's just the
Well,
initiative
it doesn't
is
feel
who-
like it when we go
who-
by turns.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's dexterity, right?
No, it's
Hi.
What is?
hi.
Sorry, that was just Josh getting back.
Can you say a certain area it's in?
Initiative is in the middle
Oh, I
of your.
missed
It's
the,
at the top of the middle column. There's armor class, initiative, and speed.
Oh, I see it
You
now.
click
It's
on
3.
initiative, and you click on it.
Well, you don't have to click on it. Just what's the
Oh
number?
well, okay,
Oops, too late. I already clicked on it.
go.
It's +3. Yeah, it's +3.
Nice.
Anyway, yeah. So let's just
And-
continue from where we were. So you swing your great sword and just crash right into its neck, but you don't quite sever it. But
Okay.
it starts, sort of slowly bleeding a bit from that, and it's So who would be next then? Zui.
Sure, and then I'll attack. Yes.
All right, so you're just gonna jump out of the shadows and try to, or are you just gonna attack?
What are you attacking? The body or the head or the neck or the?
I'm gonna slice right through with my rapier, right through the heart or whatever, the chest.
Right through the chest. So you sneak attack, and that was a good roll, dude. That was a 20. No, it was a 19.
20.
Oh,
Yeah.
20 plus 3, dex plus 2.
That's the second time in a row your sneak attack has been only 1.
Well, yeah.
So
That's
was that a natural 20 then?
No, it was
the
19.
numbers are green on the natural.
Oh, okay. So. All right, so you do 10 damage. Hold on, let me do that.
Turns out it has 1,000 hit points.
So you sneak up behind it, stab it right in the back, and just, you kind of messed up your sneak attack a little bit, but you do crush it quite well. And your slice just goes right through the chest, and because the dead body of the chest is so weak, your rapier just keeps slicing through it. It goes right through the arm and everything, and just cuts it in half. And then the body just kind of falls.
All right.
Cutting with a rapier is impressive.
Yeah, what? Well, the zombie's flesh was weak.
Yeah.
By the way, you finished your sketch, Karn.
Cool.
You did so much to help.
Hey,
He appears
if
to be
you
dead.
guys
Congratulations,
didn't help,
guys.
I would have helped. I was gonna cast a firebolt this turn.
Congratulations, guys. It appears to be dead.
Woohoo!
It appears to be dead.
Yes.
I don't like that.
Well, it did kind of appear to be dead in the first place.
I'm gonna.
Gonna what?
Are we still going by turns?
No.
No. I'm gonna pick through the all the corpses are like lootless, right?
All the corpses are what?
Like they're all like no equipment and stuff.
Yeah, they don't seem to have anything on them.
All right, I'm gonna pick through the corpses for a pristine skull.
A pristine skull.
Yes.
You find one.
Like, cool.
Can I do a perception check on the zombie?
Okay, yeah, sure. What are you looking for?
To see if it's fully dead or not.
You try to perceive whether or not a dead thing is
You
really
said it
dead.
appeared to be. I just assumed that it wasn't.
No, I understand. I'm
Well-
just saying that the zombie's technically dead to begin with.
Right.
Yeah.
See if it's no longer attacking.
Right.
It doesn't
But-
seem to be alive. Or
If it's not moving, then it's probably done for. Zombies aren't one to play dead.
Are you saying that in character, Karn?
I mean, I did roll decently high
Yes.
on my what is it roll, didn't I?
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Yeah, I just say that while he's like poking the corpse or whatever he's doing.
Poking it with a stick.
Best way to see if something's dead, obviously.
I mean, if it works. If it's not broken, don't fix it, right?
Exactly.
Kazuka, what does Mr. Optimus have to say?
Seems dead.
Got
Wouldn't you say something like, that was fun?
it. See, he's dead.
And I'm going to go pick up my net, shake it off, put it back on my belt.
All right, you pick up your net, you shake it off, and as you're shaking it off, you realize it's quite damaged, and you're not sure you'll be able to use it again until you get it repaired.
Ooh.
Okay.
Can I use mending on that? Or does that only
Mending?
work for...
Is that a spell
You
that you
could.
have?
Yeah, it's a skill I have.
How do you link that?
He should be able to just click the spell, and it'll show the words. With with a net, it would take a bit, but he could mend the net.
As long as the breaker tear is no longer than 1 foot in any dimension.
Yeah.
So what is it, Freddy? Is it bigger than a foot in any direction?
Well, I mean,
no.
Since the net is like each string.
Okay, now can I use it then?
You can. Did you try to say what you're doing kind of in roleplay or anything? Or?
Here, let me use mending to fix it.
Sue?
Okay, holds it up.
Alright, so you see him start casting magic on it, and you just sort of see the rope sort of repairing where it's been torn. What's everybody else doing?
Are there any other entrances to this room?
No.
We're not in a room, aren't we? I thought we were just
Yeah.
in a hallway.
You're in a room, yeah.
No,
the end of the
we
hallway
came
was a
into a
room.
room.
Oh,
You
okay.
don't see any other entrances.
Well, I guess that leaves only one direction left to go, doesn't it?
I think we should leave.
I concur.
Yes, that would be a good idea. But, we probably should save the people if we can.
Exactly.
By the way, Zui, while you were perceiving the corpse, looking at him, you can tell that he had some rather recent looking wounds, and if you had to guess, you would say that the corpse that became the zombie hadn't been dead very long.
Oh, I don't like that.
But anyway, yeah, continue on, guys.
Okay. So can I just clarify? We came to the end of the hall. I lit the torch.
Mm-hmm.
We realized that there's the pit's at the end of the hall,
Mm-hmm.
and there's nothing else beyond the pit.
Yeah.
So we need to turn around and go back the other way.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I going to take... Do you want me to take the lead going back the other way, people?
Yes, please.
Sure.
All right.
Yes.
Then I head back down the hallway the other direction.
All right. So you all head back this way to the left. You all pass the door, and the door, by the way, is still shut to that other room. Are you guys? What are you guys doing now?
The room that has the pyramid. I'm gonna peek in the room that has the pyramid in it.
Okay.
Just because you have to.
Okay. So you
Curiosity.
open the door, you peek in, and it looks pretty.
And
much
I
the
whisper, "Don't push the button."
No buttons.
To be fair, Sue,
What?
I don't think you're aware of the button.
Oh, I thought he told us there was a button.
No, I just told them there was something dangerous in there.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Then say don't do the thing that's
Okay,
dangerous.
sorry. Then I'm not gonna.
it's close enough. Anyway, Card, you peek in, and the room looks pretty much the same way you left it.
I'm gonna just.
Hmm.
I'm gonna try and lift the pyramid off the pedestal.
Okay, you go in, and the pyramid's still sitting there, looking chill as ever. and you pick it up, and you kind of feel where it's connected to the pedestal, and you kind of unclick it, and it comes right off. On the pedestal
I'm gonna try
below
to
it,
push
you
the
see the
button.
same snake symbol that was in the pedestal in your guys' room.
Okay. How big is this pyramid?
Hand size, I suppose, about hand tall and about like
Okay.
hand wide.
Now that it's out of the pedestal, I press the button.
Nothing happens.
Okay, I put it in my pocket.
All right.
Well, I put it in my bag.
I was gonna say that's a big pocket. So anyway, you guys all see the wizard just go in there and start fiddling with a pyramid. On
Wait,
the
we all see him? Like,
yeah, the
grab
door's
it?
open now, so yeah.
I thought we were on the other side of the room. Like, over here.
Well,
No.
no, you guys all went to the end of the hallway to where this door is. You guys all traveled over here, and then Karn decided to go into the room, which you all watched.
Okay.
You all
Okay.
see him fiddling with the pyramid. Any actions or continuing? Come on,
So
guys.
we're all looking in the room now?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm watching the wizard and saying, what are you doing?
Look, best case scenario, we can find out exactly what this is and how to stop it. Worst case scenario, they don't have their magical kill device anymore.
Okay.
Besides, it doesn't work if it's not in the pedestal. And I think I know who might be able to help with this.
Maybe it's worse.
Which is a feature of my background.
Oh,
If I don't know something, I
You know-
might know who
Nice.
does.
So I look around the room. What do I see?
So because I already had him pass the perception check, I'll just say everybody passes the perception check.
Okay.
You just see the same thing that he did. It's a room that looks like it may have been damaged or worn, but it looks pretty much the same as your guys' room. And there's like sort of melting, decaying equipment in the corners of the room next to the beds.
So I'm going to go and check one of the piles of equipment. Like, I'm just going to
Okay.
go poke through it.
Yeah, you see like a sword and a shield, and they're both kind of just sort of decaying away. Just sort of.
No. Okay, so no medallions or markings or just. Okay.
You don't see anything like that, no. It just looks like
Okay.
typical adventuring equipment. Alright, so what are you guys doing now?
So I say these were adventurers that died here. Adventurers like us.
Yes, we almost died here.
Although I would like to point out, technically, you guys weren't fully fledged adventurers yet because this was your final day.
Allegedly. Allegedly our final exam.
Yeah.
Our final exam is some horrible sacrifice. I hate it.
What?
Alright, so
That's been fun.
back in the hallway, the only direction you guys have left to go now is following the hallway. There is a door at the end of the hallway. You guys went down. What are you guys doing?
Wait. Are you the purple Blink or the green Blink?
I'm green. I'm a sort of a lighter green, and Karn for some reason is like also green.
Okay, so did you
This
just
way.
blink at the other end of the?
No, that
Okay,
was
that
a
way.
counter,
Okay,
so.
okay, yeah, okay. Check.
It's
Alright,
a
what do you-
ruse.
What's a ruse? What are you guys doing?
So I guess we're gonna head down. I'm gonna start heading that way.
All right.
Is that the
Yeah,
way we came in? Like, I mean,
Yes.
we were alert
You
and
do-
conscious when we came
Yep.
in. So
Yep, you were conscious, and you do recall this is the way that you came in.
okay. Is everybody
That's
coming with me?
As we're traveling, I'm just gonna say.
follow.
As we're traveling, I'm just gonna say, perhaps we shouldn't trust the Adventurers Guild for now. We don't know if this was their doing or just a unhappy coincidence.
What are your guys' reaction to him
I think that's a
insulting
good
your
idea.
home for the last 3 years? Or
I agree.
because I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it hurts to say. I've been living here for the past 3 years too.
So y'all reach the door. What are you guys doing?
Is it? I'm gonna try and see if it's unlocked.
Okay. You try to open the door, it feels unlocked.
Okay. It's not locked. That's good. That's a step in the right direction.
I've been muted this whole time.
Nice.
Rip.
I'm gonna go stealth.
R.I.P. in P.
Okay. Roll for stealth. Okay. What are you guys doing now?
So we're at the door. It's open,
It's not open. It is closed.
closed, but not locked.
But not locked. That's correct.
All right.
Open the door and go in.
All right. So you guys are all standing in front of the door, deciding what to do, and Kaz opens the door and goes in the room.
Okay.
Once you go in the room, Kaz, you see Kaz, do a stealth check.
Hold on.
A stealth
I'm
check?
lagging really
Okay.
bad. Hello?
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Okay, what was that?
So while you were all deciding what to do, Kaz decided to open the door and walk in the room.
And he's doing a
Okay.
stealth check.
All right.
I'm gonna...
What are you gonna do, Connor?
I should follow him. But I'm trying to decide whether Karn would.
So the door opens, and Kaz just goes striding on it, and you all immediately see in the room there's a number of people in the corner of the room standing in front of a table, and they're all just sort of talking. And Kazuga, you
It's the
realize
best.
they have not yet noticed that you're standing there.
I don't know how to
It's a large room. It's a large rectangular room with a bunch of just sort of like random junk in it.
bring it to me. I'll try.
It's kind of a
Okay.
falling apart type room, like a lot of this place. It's kind of a bit dilapidated, and like I said, there's three armed and armored men in the corner ahead of you, about 30 feet, just sitting there talking, and they haven't yet noticed you. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna try to.
You all see this.
Can I try to get out of the room without letting them notice?
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, let's go.
So you all
I'm
see.
guessing doing stealth again.
You all see as no. You all see as after he walks into the room screaming Leroy Jenkins, he then he then kind of stops, freezes, and just sort of slowly starts stepping back into the hallway where you guys all are. But the door's still open, so at any time they might suddenly glance over and notice you guys.
Good thing my luck's good.
What are you guys doing?
I just whispered to Salia, we have the numbers advantage. Let's get them. Actually, we should probably make sure they're non-hostile first.
Exactly.
Yeah, make
So-
a intelligence check as well.
Who?
Well, Karn's got the highest intelligence, so Karn make an intelligence check.
Oof. That's a big oof. That's the biggest
Oof?
oof I've seen in a long time.
Okay, just everybody roll an intelligence.
I mean, it makes sense that they would be hostile, but...
So,
Kazuka needs to roll an intelligence.
okay, so Sue, you're kind of looking at them, and you notice that they're pretty well armed. One of them even has a crossbow, and you're not actually sure whether or not your team can straight up beat these people.
I think we should keep moving quickly.
I agree.
I thought this was the only way.
That is the only way. You're correct.
Oh, well then, Okay, sorry. Then I'm gonna draw my sword and go charging and yelling.
Okay.
Why would you-
Also,
Because
right
I'm
before
a fighter and that's what we do.
can you guys all make a perception check as well before you all charge in?
All right.
Wow,
Oof,
you got pretty
I'm
low.
having-
Kaz
having
and Sue,
big
you
ones.
both notice that similar to the other two rooms you guys were in, there's a stone pedestal in the middle of the floor of this room as well. Yeah, do you share that with anyone, by the way, or do you just continue charging in?
Another pedestal. I yell another pedestal
You
as
yell?
I head for the guy with.
You're gonna
Yes.
yell it? You're gonna yell
Yes.
when we're all
Yes.
next to Yes.
Because I'm already yelling as I go
Okay,
into the
so
room.
yeah,
I
so-
just
so
say
he charges into the
another
room saying,
pedestal,
"Ah!"
and I head for the guy with the crossbow.
Clearly, best course of action. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 IGN.
I desperately try to stop her, but it is too late.
Go ahead and run a. What would that be? A strength roll? Dexterity roll?
Can
Me?
I also
Which
do
one?
this?
To stop her?
Yeah.
May I also do this?
Yeah,
Persuasion?
you may.
Yeah, I'll just
Wait.
help him do it so he gets
Can I
advantage.
try to persuade her?
Persuade her.
We don't have time for that. She's halfway through running in already.
Okay, never mind. I'm gonna just do the thing.
So
Just
do,
stop
I guess,
It would be
dexterity or
strength
strength, depending on
versus-
where. I would say dexterity or strength, depending on how you're attempting to stop her. So it's your choice if you're trying to stop her by brute force, by actually just holding her, or dexterously trying to kind of spin her or turn her so that she can't charge forward.
I don't know
What
how
were
to
you
do
trying to
this.
say, Sue?
I was just gonna say, so there's 3 people in the room. We have to go through the room to get out of this place,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them has a crossbow,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But I have the lowest initiative. Why do I always go first? By the first one. I
Because
think
you said it.
yeah, I know. So, but I don't know.
Well, the theme was deciding
We're
what to
not
do, and you
rolling,
decided
so-
to attack. So,
Okay.
you didn't do the roll yet, Kaz?
Brute force. Let's go. Boom.
Boom! That was a big roll. So you start charging in, Sue, and Kaz just grabs you despite being only 15. Grabs you by the shoulders, and your feet come off the ground, and he kind of yanks you back in to the door, and he's kind of like grabbing your mouth, like, "Shh! What are you doing?"
Okay.
Talk, guys, go.
Best possible outcome.
What do you guys
I'm
plan on?
fighting
So-
it.
So at this point, we don't know about the pyramids, right? Like, we have no idea about the button or anything like that.
You know that the pyramid caused. You know that
You
there was a
all
flash of light
seen
in
the
that
flash
room.
of light and the kind of explosion and whatnot. And he said there was something very dangerous, and you all saw him go in and grab something from the pedestal that looked relevant to that situation. Remember, he also talked about it. He said, worst case scenario, we took their kill weapon. Or
I'm
something
gonna
like
ask
that.
about it.
So yeah, you guys do know about it.
I'm gonna ask.
All right.
I'm gonna ask what it's. I'm gonna ask for further detail about what it is.
Okay, so this is just a theory, but from what I see, after a short delay, put the pyramid in the slot, press the button on the pyramid. After a short delay, it eliminates all organic material in the room.
Why don't we try doing that to those 3 guards in there?
Precisely.
Exactly.
You're doing great.
And,
Keep it up.
And the
Science.
assassin should do it.
Yeah, because it's got definitely the highest stealth.
See, that's why I wish I knew if I was stealth for things like this.
Nice echo.
Wow. You just unmuted your roll 30 or roll 20.
Yeah, nice echo, bucko.
What's that?
You're echoing in roll 20 again.
Oh.
Clearly,
My
the
bad,
echoes
guys.
is the best part.
I shouldn't be able to hear your stuff. I disabled that.
Can you guys all see what I'm looking at, by the way?
No, because my
No.
stream keeps turning off.
No, not my.
I
not
can
the
if I look
stream.
on your stream.
Not the stream, but Not
No,
the
you have
stream,
to
but on
move
the
the.
map. How do I move everyone to this map?
In the top, there should be like the one we're at should have a players tab on it. You just click that and drag it to the one you want it to be at.
Is this better now?
No.
There we go.
No, you're still echoing.
So,
Oh, this is the new room. Okay.
so how? Okay.
It's not letting me disable.
I can't see the room.
Hmm.
It's
I
up at the
love how
top.
how I can't see the room.
It's up at the top. Like, just scroll up when you're in the thingy. You should be able to see it.
You might be like too zoomed in or zoomed out. It's in the top right section.
Fuck! I opened Gary's mod. It's gonna lag all of my shit.
No.
GG.
Okay, and where's the door?
So the doors at the
There's-
bottom left.
So that's the one I just tried to race in. I've been pulled back out into the hall.
Can you put your token like right near the door somewhere?
Yes.
The bottom left door. No, the other door. Yeah, there you go.
I want a token. So you've got split broadcast going on. What's that
Nice
about?
split broadcast. What?
It's not letting me disable. It won't let me disable.
Okay, well,
All right.
Okay. It's
Roll for stealth and do the thing.
you can
with
always just mute your Discord. I mean,
There you go.
but I can't. I don't. I have sound off on my.
oh, on your
Um,
computer.
No, on my. Roll20.
Oh,
That's right.
Because I was getting some nasty feedback earlier, so I turned it off.
so everybody could just turn off your sound on Roll20, and that probably fix it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it other than.
I think
I
we are.
tried. Like it's off.
There you go. Oh,
You
you're,
have
you're
to-
good now, dude. You're good. You're good.
Okay.
You have to roll. You have to scroll down and hit the reconnect button to update the settings.
Bit connect.
But it seems okay now.
Yeah, it's good now.
That's what I did. That's exactly what I
Yeah.
did.
Okay. Okay. So we need
Um,
to get. Yeah. Okay.
So you explained what the pyramid does then,
Um,
and
one
Yeah,
problem.
he did. Yeah, you just talking.
It's kind of far away. Are you sure they might? You know what? I trust you. I trust you.
I got
Just
Yeah, let's
get
go.
out of there
You got this. I give
as
you some
fast
luck.
as possible.
see, and that's why I wish I knew if my stealth rolls hit.
Godspeed.
Because if you told me that I was,
Well, you can kind of
Stealth
have a
or-
guess from like what kind of rolls you got.
They
well,
got
I
it.
mean, you're obviously not going to tell us the DC, right? Like,
Yeah.
So-
you
Well,
just
that's the
kinda
thing.
guess
It's
based on how you roll.
God, let me roll stealth and let me go.
It's a what's the word? It's
They let me
it's
go.
not like it's not an active DC. It's like they contest it with their perception. So
right?
even
But
if you roll
I thought they would
fantastic,
like
someone
tell
could still
you.
see you.
I thought they would like tell you like, oh yeah, you think that you may be pretty stealthy or something.
Hold
right
on,
now.
I'm lagging. Hold on, can you repeat that? I lagged out really bad.
Normally they tell you like, hey, you feel very stealthy right now or something, right?
No, it's you don't know actively how stealthy.
There you go, Steve.
Oh, thank you.
My
Yeah,
friend
no, you
sent me
did
some
that.
weird fucking shit. I don't know what this is.
No, but I've been pulled back out into the hall, so I'm probably behind the.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's good. That's all good.
I had
So I
10
go
drawn
in.
that area, so.
With the pyramid. And
All right, so you guys, you give the pyramid to the assassin, and Spooked enemies at the booming echo voice.
And I go in and push. This is a pyramid too, right? Yeah.
That's the pedestal, correct? That's the pedestal.
Oh, okay. So I put it on the pedestal.
All right,
Push
so
the
you
button
guys,
and then-
you guys are all just sitting back chilling while he sneaks in there.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, so Zooey, you sneak into the room. You see them all sitting there chilling and laughing. And you can kind of hear them talking. Yeah, and that's when I just smacked her right on the rear. You wouldn't believe. They're just having a good conversation. One of them just starts swigging some ale. They don't seem to notice you as you sort of slowly sneak into the room. You come up to the pedestal. And they just... What's that?
and I put it up there and push the button.
All right, so you roll dexterity. Okay,
Oh.
so you try to put it into the pedestal, but it doesn't. You're having trouble making it fit, and it just kind of is like missing, and it's kind of making clicking, clacking noises while you're trying to fit it into the pedestal.
Do I hear these?
You can hear it, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use prestidigitation to make a like sound of a like tapping on the wall, specifically on this wall,
Okay.
to distract them.
Isn't it a range of 10 feet?
Oh fuck! It is. Yeah.
How big
okay.
is that
that'll,
room?
It's pretty big. I think every
Mm,
every
mm,
block
mm.
is
This
like
is
what,
10
5 feet? Or
This
something?
I'm
is
gonna
10 feet.
use.
I think it's 5
I'm gonna
feet a
use
block.
message.
Let's
No.
go.
You know what? Just I trust you.
Just do the do.
So
I was
you
gonna
got-
use message to try
So I'm
and
gonna
convince one of them that they were cheating at whatever game they're playing.
So you're having some problems fitting it, and go ahead and roll your. What are you doing, Z? Just gonna keep trying, or
Hmm.
you're starting to wonder if maybe it fits? You know, what are you doing?
If you find him, bring him to
Yeah, might as well run it again.
All right, go ahead and roll your dexterity again.
I have. Not
All right, so you roll your dexterity in, and it finally seems to fit in. It just kind of clicks.
When I went to the bathroom, he was by Mum's room.
What do? You press the button, or?
Push the button and run back.
All right, so you press the button, and do you stealth out, or do you just run out?
Stealth, I guess, yeah.
All right, so you stealth out of the room. You hit the button, and it starts kind of humming. Light comes on the bottom. You start stealthing out of the room. They haven't seemed to have noticed it yet. You hear them shouting, and that's when I killed him. He never even saw it coming. What an idiot! And the other two start laughing again. And
Yeah, that's what mom's for. Good boy.
bring him to.
and you're out of the room. Now what are you guys doing?
I closed the door.
Sue closes the door. You start hearing the humming get louder, and then all of a sudden you just start hearing them shouting, "Wait! What? No! What's that doing here?" And then all of a sudden you just hear this loud sort of flash, and there's explosion, and there's this flash of light from under the door, and you actually feel the door rattle a little bit, Sue. And then it's quiet for now. What are you guys doing?
Nice silence.
I step back from the door.
That was a
and
dark thing to say,
look at the
Jessica.
clerics and the assassin.
I check it out. I go.
Yeah,
in
you guys
and
gotta
check it.
congratulate your assassin on a job well done.
Good job. Well, we got to know if the job's
Nice.
done.
Wonderful job.
Awkward. Okay.
I go in and check it out.
Okay, so you open the door, Zooey, and you see all the bandits still standing there. But they're no longer holding their weapons, and they just kind of
Wonderful.
look dazed, and they're just kind of looking around like they've never seen the room before.
Okay, I'm gonna use sleight of hand on all of them and see if they have anything that I can steal, like gold.
All right, so everybody, you see your guy kind of So are you still stealthing?
Yeah,
All right.
of course.
So you're stealthing, and you kind of stealth up to them and try to start checking their pockets. What is everybody else doing?
I tell the two humans, go and get them to sit down and give them their drinks, because they don't remember. They don't
It's
remember.
a saving throw.
Saving throw is something that you is a roll that you make in case of for example, if you're about to get petrified or something, you would roll a saving throw to see if you succeed in avoiding it.
Or if you're poisoned and you want to get out of it.
Yeah. This is playing cards. What the heck?
Thank you.
Wait, so do I check their pockets or not?
We're waiting for everybody else.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to retrieve my pyramid.
Your pyramid, huh?
I'm
It
gonna
is-
take out my short bow.
Alright, so you take out your weapon, and so Karn leisurely walks in to get his stuff, and Zui, you don't immediately find anything in their pockets. And roll stealth again.
Hold on, so it eliminated everything they had except for their clothes?
No.
Oh.
You see that they've dropped their weapons on the ground.
Okay.
They're still wearing their armor and clothes. So yeah, let's do something. Darn it. Yeah, so anyway, as you walk in, you see the guys just start looking at you. They start turning and just kind of looking at you, and they kind of look to you, Karn, and they say, "Where are we?"
The clinical trial was a complete success. You're cured.
We're,
Clearly, best course of action.
and they look at each other strangely, and they're looking at you, and they say, "What do you mean? What do you mean we're cured? What's going on?" I can't remember
You
anything.
all had a serious case of the strumpets. Completely fatal. You would have been dead in an hour or two. I'm glad I got to you when I did. The memory loss will go away in a day or two. You should be fine.
Everybody else, what are you doing?
But in the meantime, go and have a lay down on one of the beds down the hall, and you'll be fine until tomorrow.
I'm going to take a drink. Or I'm going to finish their drinks.
Okay, run a stealth check.
I already did.
Do it again.
Wait, for what? Like, to
Just do
see
it
if
again,
I'm
man.
still stealthy?
Okay. So you start drinking their drinks right behind their backs. They don't seem to be aware. Just start downing. It's pretty crappy ale.
And I'm going to head for the far door, because that's the exit, isn't it?
That's exactly what I was gonna do.
So the people all seem to kind of look at each other and kind of agree, and they're looking back at Karn, and they're like, "So we should just rest until tomorrow, then, or?"
Yes, tomorrow or the day after. You should remember everything.
Oh, all right. And they're just kind of confused, and they just start walking. They just leave the room and walk down the hall.
Can we do a
Pick up their weapons. I'm going to pick
persuasive
up their weapons.
check on their weapons? Yeah.
All right, you pick up their weapons. You notice they got some long swords and a crossbow.
Take one of the long swords.
I'm gonna
Okay.
take that crossbow.
All right.
I'm going to edit my diagram and say no destruction, only memory loss.
Nice.
Alright, so what are you guys doing now?
Let's continue.
I'm heading for the door. I've
Right.
got a extra long sword that I'm sticking in my backpack.
All right. As you're going for the door and you're putting the sword in your backpack, it suddenly falls through your hands. And as it hits the ground, you look down in your hand, Sue, and you realize there's dust in your hand from the hilt that you were holding. And you notice
so it's...
that the hilt of the sword is now partly dust.
Right. Well, I'm just going to leave it there and head for the door.
Do I notice the dust?
Yes, you do. You all notice
Okay.
this happening.
I also marked down
it very loudly
partial
clamors throughout.
non-living. I also marked down partial inorganic destruction.
Can I try using mending to fix it, or
You try.
is it?
All
I'll try
of
to
you
use
start
mending
noticing
to-
similar things happening with the weapons that you picked up as well. You're having trouble holding them because they start sort of falling apart. So you cast mending on it, and you're not sure it seems to be working, and next thing you know, the handle seems to be completely solid of the sword that you cast mending on. But the other long sword is still having trouble, and so is the crossbow.
Is it just the handle that?
Well, the handle was the only part that had turned to dust.
Oh.
I use it again on the crossbow, or is there a limit to how I can use it?
Cantrips can be used as
Two
many
load
times as you want.
stones.
All right, so you start casting them all on all of them. And Sue, are you going to pick up the longsword?
Once it's been mended.
All right, so you pick up the longsword. You start putting it back in your backpack again, and as you're fitting it into the backpack, it falls through your hands and hits the ground.
The rest of it turns to dust.
And starts, and you see dust on your hand.
I got Thanos.
The rest of it does not turn to dust, no. But you do notice that partly some of the blade seems to look like it's maybe falling away, sort of flaking.
I think I'm just going to leave this sword.
Oh, I'm
Let's
a
get out of here.
The cross.
Alright, so you leave the weapons, and you exit the building. You find yourselves outside, in front of the old building, which now in the daytime you can see the sun's just starting to rise. You can see that it's a bit more dilapidated than you realized in the dark. It kind of looks abandoned, to be honest. So you're not sure if the school really does own this estate or not, because it looks really run down. And as you're all standing there, you see a man start approaching you from the distance. And he kind of runs up to you all. And you kind of recognize him. He's a very nondescript, sort of amorphous-faced nobody that's not very memorable. Who walks up to you all and says, "Oh, I've been looking for you guys. Where did y'all go? You were supposed to have your completing ceremony today, yesterday now, but you all just left in the middle of the night."
We were told that a final exam would be taking place in that building.
Final exam? There is no final exam. You've already completed your exams. What are you talking about?
I just show him the pyramid and say...
You also
There are
have the
3
letters still.
Yeah, we should have the exam
yeah.
with the map on the back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
You guys show
I
him the
pull
letters?
Yeah,
I
show
pull
them.
mine out and we all show them. I show mine.
He kind of looks at them, and he looks back at you. He's kind of bewildered, and he goes, "This is really strange. I don't know anything about this. By the way, my name is Twitch. I'm from the Adventurers Guild. They sent me to come find you guys and support you all." Cardi trying to read him for the time.
No, I'm trying to see if he's lying or not.
You can't sense any hostility from him. It seems like he's telling the truth. You also vaguely remember seeing him around the Adventurers Guild from time to time.
Okay.
I'm Twitch. I was set here to help you guys. And well, like I said, I don't know anything about this crazy this situation, this whole exam thing. It must have been some kind of trick or something. I'm sorry this happened to you guys, but you're all full-fledged adventurers. Actually, you all completed your ceremony, and I suppose it's up to me to tell you congratulations. You're
What
all.
was the
What's that?
what was the insight check for?
Insight
see
is
who was
something you
lying or not.
try to check to
Oh.
see if people are lying. Anyway, he just kind of nods at you all, and he's like, so I was thinking, since I've already taken this far, and I don't really have any money left, I was hoping I could kind of join you guys, See, the thing is, I don't know about you guys, but I'm dead broke, and can't make it back to the main city that we came from, where the Adventurers Guild was. So, but the thing is, there's a city right nearby here, called Thunder, and there's actually a small Adventurers Guild here, and we could always stop in there and tell them what happened. And since you guys are adventurers now, maybe you could actually, pick up some jobs or something.
That sounds like a good idea. Let's do that.
I don't trust them.
You say that out
Listen,
loud?
Mr. Optimist, you're supposed to be optimistic.
Man, fun fact. I am suspicious of strangers
Yeah,
All
that
right.
is his
and
thing.
expect the worst of them.
I don't trust him. All
I
right.
just like look at Kazuka and I say, I'm pretty sure he's telling the truth.
Okay, if you say you can trust him, then I'll trust him too.
All right. So you guys all head off to the city, and we're just gonna have to end it today here.
Yeah, man,
There's-
15
wow.
minutes over.
Not bad.
Is this the city that we're?
Yeah, this is the city.
Okay. And where are we in comparison?
Well, we'd be see the east road there that's like coming off of it. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys are close to the city near there.
Right. Awesome.
All right. So what everybody think?
That was good. I think we did okay for our first time working together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I expected you guys to get a bit farther. It was a lot slower going than I expected.
But that's normal for a first
Yeah.
run and with new people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I played that.
Nobody
Too
died
much like a
laying since the
newbie.
chat.
No. Yeah, no. That was not meant as a no. Like it just because we were all figuring out how we work together and stuff. That's all.
Yeah.
Not-
Did you guys all enjoy it or whatnot? Or like,
Yeah, it was neat. I had fun.
what did you say, Kaz?
I enjoyed it. Blah, I enjoyed it. Fuck, why can't I speak?
Wow, Christian Minecraft server. Oh, sorry.
All right.
I didn't know Christian had a Minecraft server.
All right. Thanks everybody for coming out. So next Sunday, you guys want to do another one? Or
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
all right.
All right.
So
Bye.
take
Bye.
off. Everybody
See
wants
ya.
to take off. I still wouldn't mind talking about it a bit more if anybody wants to, talk about it a bit.
Okay. Well, I thought you were shutting down the stream, so
Yeah, I guess I have to, don't I?
you don't have to. It's your stream. You can run as long as you want.
All right, stream's going down. Thanks everybody for watching. See you next time.